Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. We are almost in Halloween, spooky season around here, and we here, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I'm here, Todd's here. We were gonna have Stevie back on because towards the end of the show there was some stuff that he would have enjoyed seeing, but he had some other stuff to do. But disclaimer, we are doing a live show next month, so you might see the three of us, or it might be us two, but there will be a live show in November, so look out for that. I don't know what hit the Patriots Monday night, but geez Louise, I ain't gonna talk about the offense, their defense. I don't know what happened to that defense. They're a team that was coming in there scoring 12 points a game, put up 30-something. I don't know what was going on with the defense in that game.
Well, they figured out a recipe for success, and that's running the ball as much as you can with whatever player you can on your team. Because they had 5 guys. They ran by platoon, not commission. You know what I mean? And New England needs to take a page out of their playbook in the aspect of you're trying to figure out who your quarterback is. Why don't you allow your quarterbacks to figure themselves out and run the ball more? You only ran the ball 19 times, and your starting quarterback can't even throw 10 passes without throwing a pick. Crazy.
It was just all bad. The game was just all bad. Mac Jones, I don't even know if he was healthy enough to be out there.
I mean, it doesn't look like it, bro. He didn't even throw 10 passes.
And that was the first quarter, wasn't it? It was the first quarter. If you were quick to just bring it back on the sideline like that, then you should have just sat him out just sat him out for this week and have him come back this week. Plus, it's a short week. You got a Monday night game, then you got a Sunday game.
They're really trying to figure out this quarterback situation. My thing is make sure both players are at their best so they can compete at their best regardless of who's getting what time. Because at the end of the day, we need W's. We need wins. So, based on what they put out this past, was it Monday Night Football, right?
Yeah, Monday night, man.
Oh, my. It didn't feel like a Monday night game, but what they were doing made no sense. Made no sense.
Yeah, they had they took a 14-10 lead, and they let these guys score 23 straight points or something like that. It was awful showing. Quarterbacks definitely need to get better. They should have done a better job with Jones because they just I don't get the quick snatch. Just get him out early. Because if that was the case, if you was gonna have him on a short leash like that, you should have never played him. Should have just waited another week.
Especially when we're not in position to be risking games.
Right. And it wasn't you probably could have had a chance. I mean, they had some chance, but if you started Zappy. Is it Zap or Zappy? Zappy. If you started him, maybe, just start him just so Jones could be ready for Sunday against the Jets.
He had 2 intos, but that's, what backups do. But 8.4 yards a pass, man. But they can't keep getting shut out in quarters, though. You have to put some points on the board to stay in the game.
It was bad. It was bad all around. It don't get easier, too, because they got a really good defense coming in here. Well, they're going to the Jets. They're playing the Jets this weekend in New York, and the Jets have a really, really, really good defense. So, they got to figure out. They got to figure out what they want to do on offense. That's been my biggest thing with them is the offense. I don't think they have an identity, or sometimes some games they show they have an identity, and then they go away from it in other games. So it's the level of consistency is just not there.
About the Pats?
Yeah, the Pats.
I think they just base their game plan based on the opponent, when you should just stick to your game plan.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So the Pats Sunday at the Jets. The Jets are, there's something else right now. Their defense, offense, but their defense is serious. All right, the Chiefs went in there. This was a highly anticipated game. Chiefs and 49ers. 49ers just traded for Christian McCaffrey, add another offensive weapon, and it just turned into the Patrick Mahomes show. And the Chiefs offense just pretty much did whatever they wanted on the number 1 defense. It wasn't even close. It was close for the first quarter.
Yeah, first quarter wasn't looking, it looked like a good game. Yeah. And then they just gradually, just pulled away. But the 49ers, they can't score. They just can't score enough touchdowns to be a high-powered offense that scored at least 7 to 14 per quarter.
And your head coach is supposed to be like a offensive wizard.
I guess you need like a a better quarterback for that wizardry to happen?
I don't know what they need something. They need something because for a team with such talent all around, because they got the skill players, they got the guys on defense, but it's just not.
Well, this game they weren't disciplined. They had 10 penalties for 80 yards. You can't give the Chiefs anything.
At all.
Then you only go 8 for 14. You had so many opportunities to continue these drives, and you keep coming up short, and then you add 3 turnovers to add to that. So, a recipe for a disaster.
And they couldn't get to Mahomes. They could not. The pass rush could not get it to Mahomes. And usually that's one of their strong suits. They don't even need to blitz. They use their front four to get to the quarterback, and they could not get to Mahomes.
And it's hard to be the Chiefs team when they get to the red zone 5 times and they go 4 for 5. That's tough. And the man was throwing for 12, 13 yards per pass. Like,
the guys were like wide open too. The guys were in that secondary just wide open. And this is a bad look for 49ers defense. Like, at that point, they were playing really well, but the last 2 weeks they have not played well. At first in Atlanta and now this. So, yeah.
I mean, Atlanta's not really a bad team. They're kind of like in the middle. You know what I mean?
It's also Atlanta, so there's
fun time.
Extracurricular activities that can happen the night before a game.
Yeah, but then you go into the Chiefs, you got to sleep all week long.
Yeah, I don't know if the cross-country trip affected them as well. But all in all, they just looked bad. They didn't look really good. They didn't look good at all on both sides of the ball. And, after that first quarter, their offense just plummeted, and it was downhill for that. But the Chiefs, so once again, people were saying it's going to be hard for them this year to make noise and stuff like that. But especially in their division, they were talking about how it's going to be hard in their division.
Granted, their division improved, but they were saying that because they're missing one guy. When you're missing one powerhouse wide receiver, and you got a bunch of other guys that can contribute the equal just as much as that one guy's bringing you, you didn't really miss much.
You didn't. And when you have a quarterback who was an MVP, can't count that out.
They kind of make each other.
Yeah, right? And I think a lot of people are just trying to count out Mahomes because all the other, the Josh Allen thing, he's like the new shiny toy that everybody loves.
And remember, they remember the last time you were out there. And remember, the last time I remember him in the playoffs, he was run all over the place, getting sacked for a loss of 20-something yards. So that's what people are remembering because that wasn't the most important time in your season last year. Yeah. So they're gonna see what you're gonna do this year.
Yeah, well, right now he is killing it. He is killing it. We've been saying Brady should have stayed home. For the longest time, and it just gets worse by the week. Man, this time they got shut out. Well, 3 points. Total, they only scored 3 points as an offense against the Carolina Panthers, a team that was just in disaster. Coach gets fired. You trade away one of your best players. Your quarterback situation, the starter and the backup are hurt. So now you bring in the third string who has some starting experience, and he looked way better than the guy they threw out there early on in the season, which makes me question, how was he not under the center in the first place?
I was going to say he was balling. There really isn't much you can say about this game when the Bucs only converted 2 third downs the whole game. They were just out there playing defense. But, shout out to Walker, man. Shout out to Carolina for just sticking it to the Tampa Bay Bucs, man.
And they could have because they could have easily just, because everything that happened with all that stuff, it just.
Shout out to Walker. He might be able to carve a niche with this organization being a starter if he continues to perform consistently. He'll gonna be great. Yeah. He's gonna be consistent. And honestly, what they've had in the past, other than Teddy, because Teddy was all right. Yeah, the rest of them was like.
He's all right then, Gotta go get that money.
Oh no, I ain't mad at him. But he's like the last decent quarterback they had.
Yeah, definitely. And the Bucs, I mean, you got a 45-year-old quarterback and you throwing the ball 49 times. You have no running game. Receivers dropping passes.
They are literally trying to throw him into retirement.
I mean,
I think this might be his last year for real. Because the way he's going out these games, throwing 50 times. What was the last? It was 50-some, almost 60 times.
Close to 60.
You really trying to throw his whole arm out?
It just looks bad. It's looking bad each week, and it doesn't get better, especially when you're up there in age. It doesn't get better.
What's up with Fournette, though? He has games when he's outstanding receiving and running, and then he has a couple of games he just disappears.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't get it.
I don't know if it's game planning. I don't know.
It gotta be. It can't be skill.
Yeah.
Because when you give him the ball the majority of the time, he be out there working. So I don't understand what's going on.
I have no
Especially
idea.
the way they lost this game. It's like, come on, bro. When I look at the stat line, I'm like, and I'm watching something, I'm like, Fournette barely doing anything. Like,
yeah, they need. I don't know what's up with Tampa Bay, but Brady. It's he's
looking awful.
looking bad, and should have stayed home.
I mean, you know what
Shoulda
they say,
stayed
man.
home.
Family's everything.
Yeah. Another quarterback, another former MVP quarterback who is not looking good himself as well. Another one that looks like he should have stayed home too. Aaron Rodgers. Ooh, man, I don't know what's going on, and he's like 8 years younger than Brady, so
Bro,
you would.
he looking like John Wick on the opposite end of the fight scenes. Yo, shout out to Heineke though, man, because this is the first time I really confidently picked the Commanders.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And Packers are like my third favorite team, and I don't know what actually no they ain't anymore because of what that guy was doing, but it used to be. But come on,
Heineke,
Rodgers,
he just
man.
fearless.
Yeah,
he really
he be
fearless.
balling.
Yeah, whenever he gets out there, he don't care. He's gonna throw the ball wherever. He's another one that got that little Brett Favre syndrome where he'll throw you the ball, you just have to catch it.
Yo, he got to get a sponsorship, man. He got to get the, Heineken by Heineke, or he got to hit Heineken, man. But
he definitely does.
I don't know what Green Bay's doing when you only rush the ball 12 times. You don't convert any third downs. What you all go there for? You might as well just forfeit the game. And I wish I was joking. I'm dead serious. You couldn't get one third down. Y'all just didn't want to play. That's how it was feeling to me.
And it was crazy too because they jumped out early to a 14-0 lead or a 14-3 lead, and then I don't know if they got conservative on offense or whatever. But then receivers can't catch the ball, quarterbacks holding on to the ball.
Bro,
they can't block. It was just a whole full-on meltdown.
They're having a hard time scoring too because they're missing Adams, and they got shut out in the third quarter, and they had no more than 7 points.
Yeah,
in any of the
and
quarters,
I think it came late. Yeah, it came late too.
That's come on.
It came late too. And what are we looking at? Red zone. They used to be. I mean, they only had one red zone attempt.
Yeah,
they used to get to the red zone a lot.
Yeah.
They used to get there a lot, and then also the team had the time of possession was like a plus 15.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, your offense on the sideline for so long. You're just gonna get cold. Their defense is rested. And so recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They have to make a move. They got to add another weapon.
I mean, there's a guy out there who used to color his hair. I think that could help a team.
Yeah, he wouldn't mind being a cheesehead.
Go with the hairstyle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Definitely go with the hairstyle. So kudos to Washington. It came out and played backup quarterback and all that. That's another team. Their season could be derailed too because the coach threw the other quarterback under the bus prior to the game. And all that.
But you ever notice this is the generation of the backup quarterbacks. They fan favorites.
Yeah.
There's a couple backup quarterbacks that we be like, you throw them in there, he might win you a couple games.
Facts.
Back in the day, you was never throwing them guys in there.
Legit. Unless you had to.
Yeah, facts.
The Seahawks, man, Pete Carroll probably telling everybody, y'all gotta put respect on my name. Y'all thought that other quarterback who was gonna do something without me? Got out here, got Geno Smith looking like a MVP candidate, got the offense rolling, Kenny Walker the third out there balling. And I think the thing about this team, all the guys they've drafted and develveloped.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do with an organization.
It's not like they traded or anything like that. They developed these guys, so they ain't miss a beat.
I mean, when you get drafted to an organization, it's supposed to be a family-oriented type organization, so you're supposed to grow with them. You're not supposed to get shipped away right away. So I like how they're developing these guys, and I like how their offense is balanced.
Yeah.
Geno only got to throw the ball 27 times. They ran the ball 34 times. That is a recipe for deliciousness.
That's one thing about a Pete Carroll offense. They're gonna emphasize running the ball.
Yeah,
that's all the time. No matter who's back there, what running back they have, but they will emphasize the run game.
I mean, that's part of the game. That's what you pay these guys for. They help do all the dirty work, and then you throw it in the air and get you a 30-yard game. You know what I mean? So
Now the Chargers. This team every year they come in the season all hyped up and everything like that, and then they just turn out to have an average season. You know, they have all the talent in the world, but they can never put together like a great season where they're consistently winning games that they should win, or just consistently being good. And
that's just the culture, man.
Legit.
It's always been that way.
I don't know what somebody who did voodoo on them.
I don't know either. But shout out to Seahawks again, though, because I was talking about how they bounce and stuff, and they had like 10 first downs, both running and passing, and then they got 4 with the penalties. So, like, I just like what the Seahawks are doing. Honestly, I don't even care to talk with the Chargers, because the Chargers are always going to be the Chargers. When you got Herbert throwing the ball 51 times, like, come on, stop it.
I think that's like back-to-back games.
But what do you think 15 rushes is going to do? It's not even setting up. It's not even getting your running back even warm. Like,
I don't know.
You need 15 more of them things.
The Chargers, I don't know. Maybe they should move to Mexico or something like that. Or Tijuana or something. They don't need to be in Los Angeles.
Nah.
At all.
That's tough.
Sunday Night Football, Kenny Pickett just gave the Dolphins this game. Yeah. He gave them this game twice late in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And it wasn't like they were good throws. They were horrendous throws.
But why did they got him throwing the ball that much anyways?
I don't know why they got him throwing the ball. I just need you to make better decisions when it's winning time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Especially when you get in the red zone.
But I'm just thinking, like, that's just a lot of, like,
for a rookie, too.
44 throws. That means you have to make 44 decisions. He's not experienced enough to be doing all that. He's gonna mess. I'm surprised he only had 3 in toes.
They should have been more.
That's my point.
There might have been some that dropped, but
so it's like, they're trying to figure it out. I just don't think they're gonna figure out it all this year, because I told you they got more wins than I expect them to have. So
listen,
I don't have much to say about the Steelers.
I don't know what to say about the Steelers either. It was those 2 interceptions were so bad. I literally just looked at the TV like, what are you doing?
And they're like professional field goal kickers this year. So like, like think about it. Like they were scoreless for 3 quarters. Like they barely really ever score. Like,
and you have a first round draft pick in Najee Harris, who y'all are not really using like that.
Not at all.
They're not really using him as they should, which they should, especially when you're not too short of your quarterback.
For one, the Steelers franchise are known for having running backs.
That's their whole franchise. Is
quarterback and running
identity.
Backs.
Yeah.
Like you have neither. I mean, you have one, but it seems like you have none because you don't want to utilize them. So
strong defense, good balanced offense, focus on the run game. But maybe they need to call some simpler plays for him, or just plays where he don't have to drop back for too long to make decisions down the field. Like short passes.
For one, he probably should throw the ball 25 to most 30. And then you get them running backs and get a fullback if you have one.
Or use your legs.
I mean, I don't know
when you need to.
I don't know how good he is.
He's not that fast.
So
that interception, that second interception, he could have ran. That's literally the one that got me, because he had a whole open field. He could have ran. You had opportunity to score, and then you decide to force the pass.
Okay. I didn't see it, so I didn't watch that game.
Listen, if you watched it, you would have just been like, what are you doing? Because that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
So, Steelers, tough break for y'all. But kudos to the Dolphins. Ended a 2-game losing streak. Tua's back, so good for them. Lastly, the Detroit Lions showed why they were the Detroit Lions once again. Turnovers at key times in the game. You get down to the 1-yard line, you fumble the ball. You get down into your own territory, not too far from the red zone. You throw an interception, then you throw another interception. I don't know what the Lions were doing, but that's the Steelers and Dolphins. But I don't know what the Lions were doing. But it just showed. I tweeted out, I'm like, this is why the Lions are always going to be the Lions, because stuff like that.
Well, I just put wow, only golf, shaking my head. When I put the little turnover, differentials on my paper. I don't know what the Lions were doing in the second half. They were doing a bunch of nothing. And the Cowboys just jumped on them with that 21-point explosion.
And the Cowboys weren't even playing great anyways. They weren't playing great themselves. The Lions had numerous chances to take the lead in this game.
Well, what kind of bugs me out, though, I get they fumble and all that, but, like, you were averaging 4.7 yards a carry. You're better off just keep running the ball. You might get it to 5, and usually, like, getting, 5, 6, 7 yards a carry is pretty good. It's rare you get, like, 10 every carry, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you're getting 4.7, you can bump that up to 5, and that's pretty consistent. And it allows Goff to stop making bad decisions.
Well, yeah. Like, granted, they did have a balanced play call, but yeah. You can't have Goff back there dropping back too many times because he's gonna have a brain malfunction.
He was getting almost 9 yards per pass, so it was like he was making some good decisions, but he goes brain dead a couple times, like Brady does in the Super Bowl.
And for the Cowboys, everybody's happy Dak's back and all that, but once again, he looks. Remember how I was saying Mac Jones looks shaky early on? Dak still looks shaky.
See, and I personally think he rushed himself back because he's a little nervous. But, like, bro, you're the money man. They're going to make sure you're straight. Don't rush yourself back and look even worse.
Yeah, they gave you that big contract. You are fine. No matter how good that backup is playing, you're fine.
They didn't see with Nick Foles.
Right.
Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, and he was still behind him after.
Right.
So, like, what are we talking about?
He hasn't looked good. Dallas's defense has looked good all year, but he hasn't looked good, and I don't know how far they can go with mediocre quarterback play. I think the running game has to be. I think they need to have the running game lead them.
Isn't that how they won their Super Bowls in the past?
Yeah, but you pay a quarterback that much money,
but still, if you win at the end of the day, he's worth the money you paid.
You would think, right? But I don't know. But he hasn't been playing. He actually hasn't been playing well for a couple of years. He's just been putting up a lot of good numbers, even though most of the time they're losing. So they just throwing a lot. So I think he reached his peak, and now it's just like.
Yeah,
don't know when the downfall is gonna be, but it's just like trending like just this way. It's not going up or down. It's just like
the franchise. They aren't helping him.
No. They never are. All right, let's go to Craig. Fantasy start him and sit him for this week. Actually, first time ever, I went 2-0.
Oh, that's dope.
Thank
Congrats.
God. I won off the hair of my chinny chin chin on the last one.
Oh, you got a lot of hair there too.
Check this out, Craig. We're going to come back.
What up, everybody? And welcome once again to No Huddle here on After the Whistle. It's your boy, Craig, here to give you my starts. Camera malfunction. My starts and sits of the week. So let's jump right into it. And let's start off with the quarterback position, Derek Carr against the Saints. This is going to be a shootout, plain and simple. It's not going to be about defense. It's going to be purely about volume of the ball being thrown around, and Derek Carr having all his wide receivers nice and healthy is going to help with that. And obviously the run game as well. Next, I got Tua going up against Detroit. When Tua's in the game, the wide receivers excel, as does the entire team. So look for Tua to throw it all over Detroit. Finally, Trevor Lawrence versus Denver. I'm seeing people saying sit him versus Denver, but the Jaguars' defense is fairly good. They're going to be running with a backup QB, 0 run game, so it's going to be about throwing the ball, and I don't believe that they're going to be able to make that happen, giving Trevor Lawrence all the opportunity in the world. Next, wide receivers, Chris Godwin going up against Baltimore. Baltimore's defense is fairly good, but they're going to try and shut down the likes of Mike Evans, so leaving Chris Godwin to eat up points. Adam Thielen against Arizona. Arizona's defense is terrible, but they do like to air the ball out. They got Hopkins back, so it's going to be a shootout, and I like Thielen in this matchup. I also like D-Hop. First game back, looked really good. Expect for him to pile up on that. Allen Robinson has not been doing exceptional. They have a game against San Fran, and this is going to be a high offensive game, and they're not going to be able to just rely on Cooper Kupp. So therefore, I believe you're going to see Allen Robinson succeed. And I put Pickens in there as a sleeper, going up against Philly. Claypool and Deontay Johnson getting all that coverage. They're going to need to lean on the rookie, and I believe he gets big plays, not high volume, big plays, and I see him getting a touchdown. In the running back position, you cannot bench Walker anymore. I know Kenneth Walker has been going off. He is an every week start at this point. Seahawks are playing great ball. They're going up against the Giants, who play teams tough, but I believe Walker is going to make it work. He is a star in the making. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers. Last week, he was on a snap count. Second half, they kind of shut everything down for the 49ers. Look for a huge rebound on all sides of the ball. And look for Christian McCaffrey to show why the 49ers gave so many picks to get him. Jonathan Taylor, second game back, favorable matchup against Washington, and a new quarterback. Look for them to run heavy all over Washington. Deontay Foreman, a lot of people thought Cubba Hubbard was going to get that lead back role, and even though it has been a pretty even split this last game, I believe Deontay Foreman has shown that he is the premier back. So even though they are going to say timeshare, I believe Deontay Foreman comes ahead on top, especially in goal line opportunities. And they're going up against Atlanta. I like that matchup. For tight ends, a tight end who hasn't been doing much lately, but I love the matchup, Evan Ingram going up against Denver. I don't believe Denver has what it takes. I think they're going to give Jacksonville all the opportunities in the world and look for Evan Ingram to take advantage of that. Dalton Schultz, another tight end. I'm going with all sleeper guys. Dalton Schultz hasn't done much of anything this season. Matchup against Chicago, divisional rivalry. I believe this is the guy. Sorry, I said divisional rivalry. That was stupid. Not a divisional rivalry. But an all-defensive team in Dallas and Chicago trying to make a comeback after the Patriots. I believe Dalton Schultz is going to be a star in this game. Mike Gesicki going up against Detroit. Look for him to get at least a touchdown in this game and 50 yards. And then Taysom Hill going up against Vegas. Taysom Hill is a boom or bust, and in this game, I'm going to call it boom. Defenses must start. Philly just made a trade with the Bears to get Smith on the D end, so that boosts them. New England versus the Jets, I think this is going to be a game where New England's defense is going to come back after that abysmal game to the Bears, and Buffalo's going to stomp on Green Bay. That's all I got for you. See you next week on After the Whistle. Back to No Huddle. Whoops, wrong way. No Huddle, back to After the Whistle.
We are back. The World Series is all set. Game 1 is Friday. Philadelphia Phillies and the Houston Astros. This time I'm also just talking about the Houston Astros because these guys, everybody said they won their last World Series because they cheated. And all of a sudden they're back in the World Series. They've been back to the American League Championship game a couple times since that's happened. So, I mean, all that happened with the Astros.
You heard my opinion, man. They were just gaining an advantage. And they showed you that it didn't matter.
It really didn't.
Change up your signs, however you want to do it. Wiggle your ears, whatever. Like, shake it. Like, I don't understand, why they made this such a big deal. I just feel like it's scouting. I always just feel like things are scouting.
It messed with the integrity of the game.
The integrity, man, I don't. I said this a year ago or a couple years ago when this happened. I play a sport. We know everything the opponent is gonna do. We just have to stop it.
Yeah.
And sometimes stuff still works. So, what are we talking about? I don't get it.
Yeah. And I think it's probably even more sweeter for them that they beat the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
They not beat them, they swept them.
Yeah,
They swept them.
Yeah.
And me and you was talking about the Yankees, how they're going to have this great regular season, and then, boom, it's all going to come to an end in the playoffs.
Oh, it came to an abrupt end. Abrupt.
Yeah, Houston made that quick. They said, we don't want to waste no more of y'all time. I know y'all want to go Cancun.
You back in the day, you watch a TV show and that emergency just cut off everything across every station. That's what happened to them.
Yeah, it was bad. And I think one of somebody in the, I think their manager or something was calling. I think he called David Ortiz or something, or called folks in the Red Sox for like advice or something like that. And
Joe sent me some videos. I couldn't hear all of it.
Yeah.
When Pedro was talking about something.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh man, even more laughed up the Yankees, man. What a bunch of fools.
you don't never call the other side of the fence for help, bro.
At all. And I believe they might lose Aaron Judge in the offseason.
To who? Who got the money? The Dodgers?
I wouldn't. Don't be surprised if he's wearing a Dodgers
Or
uniform.
the Astros?
Hey, somebody's about to throw him a boatload of money.
I'm just wondering who got more money than the Yankees.
No, hey,
That's all I'm wondering.
these teams be finding money.
That's one thing
they
they
be
do.
finding
They
money.
do.
Especially the Dodgers. You know, LA, they always trying to get some stars up in there. So
That's the only place I could think of. But I just
Yeah.
figured Houston just because
I mean, or
you
he could join the evil empire. Well, we're not the evil empire, but he could come over to the dark side.
you're more than welcome.
For legit. And also for the Phillies, a name, Bryce Harper, his name has kind of been under the radar for a couple years since he left Washington, and now this one, he came up with some big hits.
I seen that
in this
home run he hit.
Yeah.
They said it was like the biggest hit of his life. Was that to win the game?
Yeah, pretty much. It gave them the lead. It pretty much
I
was
wish
the
it
game,
was
though.
walk off though.
It-
That would have been dope.
It would have been dope if it was
That
a
would have been
walk-off.
dope, but not for him to do that. And they've been talking highly about him for
Since high
years,
school.
and and he didn't really. He's been kind of struggling to reach the potential that they set for him, so
Yeah.
he's finally reaching it.
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
And he's probably like, I think it's only like mid-20s or something like that, because he came out of high school, so you know.
I never know how old these guys are, to be honest.
I'll look that up right
They
now.
be in the league forever.
Yeah, but you know, when you come in the league so young, it's like sometimes it takes a while for you to live up to that. Oh, never mind, he's 30. But still.
He's been in the league for probably, how long? 10 years?
He's been in the league for a while. But whatever. Kudos to him, though.
Yeah.
We finally got there. He's been in the league since 2010.
Yeah.
2010. So, I mean, but some of these baseball players, they go on. They play till like forever.
He might have a chance to play 25 years.
For real.
So he's like 45.
I mean, shoot, they don't get injured that much in there.
Be careful, the
Not-
way he swing.
Yeah.
The way he tore his body all crazy.
Yeah,
like-
you're right. Before we get into the boxing college football playoffs, I believe they got the rankings out already. Let me see if I can find them for you. But I do know the top four it remains the same. So 1 second, I'm bringing these up. All right, I got the college football playoff rankings right here. Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan are the top four right now. No surprise, all four of them are undefeated. All four of them are 7-0, actually.
That's dope. That's what you need to have.
Yeah, and then following that, Clemson 8-0, Alabama 7-1, TCU they're number 7, they're 7-0, Oregon 6-1, Oklahoma State 6-1, and USC top 10 6-1. So.
I don't agree with that. Alabama, they be one slot down. You got to be behind teams that are undefeated. If you ain't losing, you know what I mean? Like
SEC bias.
Yeah, you shouldn't be snoozing if you ain't losing.
You know
So you
that.
shouldn't be.
It's that SEC bias,
Yeah,
man.
it should be. You got to drop another spot, man.
Yeah, but there are some big games coming up this weekend. Georgia, I believe, and Tennessee Georgia's playing Florida this weekend. Then the following week, that's a big one against Tennessee. So that's going to be the game of the weekend. So
Okay.
I'm sure this thing is going to change throughout. Now that we're getting closer to November's about to be here, and now people are going to pay more attention to the playoff rankings and all that. So, but the top three might not change at all throughout the season unless there's some miraculous. Well, Georgia, they might lose one game, but they'll still find their way in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing four teams that aren't Alabama in there this year. Just out of respect for the other schools.
Well, they said Alabama, they may look good, but they're not as good as they've been.
Yeah, you say that now until they meet the national championship
Right.
and they beat the team by like 25. I ain't trying to hear that.
Oh, we got some. We got some boxing for y'all happening. All right, on the 29th, this is on ESPN Plus. Lomachenko and Jermaine Ortiz are going to be fighting in the lightweights. I don't know much about Ortiz. What can you tell us about Ortiz, Pedro?
Nothing for now.
All right, well, we know he's good enough to fight Lomachenko, so we're going to see what he can do in there.
Lomachenko's the man.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah,
Two-time Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, that's dope.
that's some big fights. And then we got the celebrity fight, Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva going down. Oh my gosh. We're never gonna be rid of this guy, Jake Paul guy.
Because he don't fight no real boxers.
At all. He fighting a middle-aged man.
Who's known for kicking people. Granted, Anderson Silva got hands. He's been beating people in the ring, but I don't think he's that powerful compared to this young man who should be fighting other young men who actually box for a living.
Yeah. All of this money grab, it's all a money grab. And then we got Le'Veon Bell and Uriah Hall. Last time we saw Le'Veon Bell, he knocked out Adrian Peterson. Knocked him down.
Yo, I'll be honest, man. When you start seeing some of these guys, you think oh, he's big and buff, he can fight. Some of you should realize how much some of these guys got no hands. Can't fight at all. They're just big. They wrestle you to death, but put them paws on them, they can't do anything.
But Le'Veon Bell looks like he did some boxing back in the day in his youth and stuff like that. So he looks like he knows.
I was just talking about overall.
technique.
I mean, even with our guy Nate, he tried tackle, he tried scoop dude. Bro, you don't know the rules of boxing? So just simple things like that.
Nate's a street fighter.
I know, but
he in a controlled environment fighter.
We realized. So we got to see Nate doing MMA one time,
The
man.
ancestors realized too when they was looking down on him, laying down on that ring. Oh my gosh, that looked bad. All right, we got Katie Taylor versus Karen Elizabeth. This is the women's. This one's going down in London. They're going to go for the WC, WBA, WBO, and IBF women's lightweight titles. Pedro, why are there so many titles?
You know my opinion, bro. They don't want one man on the mountain.
WBC.
That's how it should be. Just like UFC. Only one heavyweight champ. Only one middle heavyweight champ. I don't want to hear no intercontinental, all the other stuff nah, bro. We need one belt each weight class. And the best is the best, and that's what it is.
Pedro, is Gervonta Davis, did he sign up for a new fight?
Not yet.
Not yet. They're in talks, correct?
Yes, with Ryan Garcia.
Okay, all right. When that happens, we'll let y'all know. Adrian Broner is slated to start fighting again. He's to return. February 18th, I said that's what they're saying here. He's signed a 3-year fight deal with BLK Prime. So that's another one. The last time I saw him, he was asleep on the ring.
Didn't he lose 3 in a row or something like that?
Something like that.
It was just. I mean, he doesn't have an awful record.
He doesn't.
But he just was his trajectory dropped tremendously.
It dropped.
So
yeah, because he was trying to be like the next Mayweather and stuff like that, and. Yeah.
People gotta realize Mayweather was born into the world of boxing. Yeah. He didn't just pick it up as a hobby.
I know, right? He was third generation boxer.
His uncle was a boxer. I think his dad a boxer. I'm not sure if his grandfather was a boxer, but they probably ran deep in the bloodline. So it's he grew up in this. It's different. You see how he is with his grandson on Instagram. Boy already know how to move. So it's different.
All right, and lastly, Terrence Crawford and David Avanesian. I think I said that right, but if I did not, I'm sorry. Avanesian. Avanesian. I definitely said that wrong. Woo. My bad. My bad. I hate saying people's names wrong, but my bad. They'll be fighting. They've signed the contract for a pay-per-view fight. They'll take place December 10th at the Shai Health Center in Omaha, Nebraska.
Huh?
That's where Crawford is from.
Okay.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. But what's that got to do with them two fighting there?
Hometown.
Hold up, who's fighting again?
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, my bad, I wasn't even listening. My bad. All right, you know what, T. Crawford, you got that one. You right. You got that.
Omaha, Nebraska, a place that I never visited and probably will never visit.
That might be the first high-profile boxing match they ever had there.
Yeah, probably.
Well, sporting events happen other than Nebraska. What's the
Nebraska Cornhuskers?
Yeah, I was calling them cornholes by accident.
Cornholes?
Yeah. That's why I asked you the Cornhuskers. All right.
man. Okay, we gonna get into some high school sports. High school football is almost over. Playoffs is starting next week, so you know what that means. Hoop season is right around the corner, so get ready for that. But first up, post-game. Man, we got a bunch of post-game interviews.
Yeah, you do.
A bunch of them.
Plethora. I can't say the word.
Plethora. First up, Lynn English. They won their third game in a row last Friday. Shout out Somerville, 38-0. First up, we talked to the coach.
Smack Somerville, right? You know how I feel.
Okay. All right, Coach. Last week when I talked to you, you said you guys can improve, offense can improve, and today you guys kind of put it together, 38 points. You got another special teams touchdown, and your defense really came out great. Was this just a combination of everything coming together and all the hard work at practice?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's actually well said. The guys have been grinding. We've been putting in the work. We had a tough game last week against Malden. It was nice to come out on top, and I think it kind of gave us some momentum coming into this week of practice. It wasn't pretty, but we gutted one out, and then now coming out tonight, it was about putting it together for 4 quarters and executing on all 3 phases, and I think we were able to do that. It took us a little bit to get going, but I was proud of our effort, and we did a good job.
After your first win, you told them you're not satisfied as a coach, you're not satisfied as a team. Last week was a grinded out game. This week has kind of showed every aspect of the game. Was this just a combination of what you've been preaching to them since the offseason, and it's all just coming together at the right time? Yeah,
I mean, we've been saying that, you know what, we continue to get better. We've said that since the summertime. Our goal is to get better every day. And I think we're still preaching that message. We're still trying to do that, and I think we are doing that because, we still got another few tough games ahead of us. But the culmination, you can see it's starting to come together, and like we said, we'll just keep preaching that same message, get better every day.
And I know how happy are you, not only for for the whole team, but how happy are you for the seniors that they're able to experience this moment and you guys are continuing to grow as a team?
Yeah, senior night tonight. I'm real happy that we were able to get our seniors in. We got everyone in on special teams and then offense, defense. I told the seniors, you don't have a lot of football left. You got about, 3 games before Thanksgiving, only a few more Friday nights. So to come out here, get this win, get everyone in the game, and then able to enjoy it as a true team victory, especially. We had a lot of different guys contribute, and so I'm happy for our seniors. I'm happy for our whole team.
Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we are back. Next up, St. Mary's. It was senior day last week too for English, and St. Mary's had their senior day Saturday. They won. They beat Cardinal Spellman. I think it was like 42-6, something like that.
As they should.
We talked to Coach Driscoll after the game, and yeah, he's happy for his seniors.
All right, Coach, season's coming to a close. We got one more regular season game before playoffs.
Yes, one more game next week, regular season, and it goes by fast. Obviously, like I was telling seniors, today was senior day, and the season goes by so fast. We can't believe we're at this point. But 1 game left. It's a big one. Try to keep the train rolling on the tracks.
What got you guys going in this one? 28 points at the half.
Yeah, I think offensively we came out running the football. We did a nice job up front tonight in the first couple of series, get up early. And I think then defense kind of took over. Later in the game we had 2 interceptions for 2 scores, which was big. So anytime you're hitting this time of year and your defense is playing well, it's a good sign.
And just how happy are you for your seniors and the senior days?
Listen, our seniors have been great for 4 years. I've had most of them for 4 years, and I'm excited for their futures, when they leave here and their other sports. But at the same time, they got the business-like mentality, and we got to get on to the next week come Monday and close the season out with a victory.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, my man. Take care.
We are back. All right, player interview times. First up, these guys. The post-game interviews like the big thing now.
That's how it should be,
man. Man. So I had to show the linemen some love because they be like, they get mad. They don't get the camera time. So my guys, Alex Ventura and Larry Cruz from Lynn English, talked to them after the game.
Yeah, man.
Those some big boys.
Top.
Back up.
Y'all ready? All right, fellas. Offensive, defensive line really controlled this game. Shutout, you guys. What was working for you guys?
Honestly, it was just, being aggressive off the ball, being fast off the ball, and staying on blocks, honestly.
After those past first 3 weeks, we learned to be more physical off the line. Our D-line really just stepped up these past 3 games.
3 in a row for you guys. After that rough start, what's the things that's been going on in this that's been working for this 3-game winning streak?
We want to see running the ball, QBs, but there's just practice. Be more consistent at practice, consistent plays, finding things to do that are consistent for us.
Well, like he said, it's just going hard at practice, honestly, and, taking all of our anger out from the, first 3 weeks out on all these other teams. I honestly feel bad for them, man.
All right, congratulations on the win, fellas.
Thank you.
We are back. Next up from that game, there was three of them: Jonathan Andrade, Shane Knowlton, and Julius Mondesir. This guy Julius, man, he's been he's hilarious because he's been dying to do the post game interview for a while. So I see him in school. He comes up, he's like, "My bad, man, my bad. I know I was messing up on that interview. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do better next time." I'm like, dude, it was your first time. Don't worry about it.
See, he don't understand that you understand that.
Yeah.
Like the what's the word I'm looking for? The anxiety, anticipation, the thrill of wanting to do it. Once you get there, you almost blank out.
Yeah, legit.
Like
you can't forget what you're gonna say and stuff like that.
Yeah, that happens.
Stuff.
But for him to be so intrigued and for him to want to do it, man, that's dope.
I would say one player on that team, like who's really got some potential with him, it's him. He's only a sophomore, but that's dope. He's really good.
That's dope.
Check this one out, and then we gonna come back.
All right, Shane, you got that pick. You got that kick return for a touchdown. What did you just see on that?
The hole was just wide open, Great blocking up front, and I took it. I had to take it quick, though. It was closing. I know I felt somebody tackle me, but I just kind of kept going. I didn't look back, and it's just great.
And for you as a freshman, how's it been? The past couple weeks you've been making plays on defense and now special teams. Just for you, how's it been just as the season's growing, you've gotten better?
That's just what I wanted to do, come out here. I talked to a lot of people before I joined this team. I had a lot of friends and coaches that talked to me too, and family members that also played here. So, it was just a natural process for me to come in. And, right from the start, I've had some ups and downs. I started in the beginning. I got taken off. I had to work my way back up and just get over aggressive. And I just had some pretty good role models in front of me for seniors like Jonathan and others older that have been here for a little bit.
Jonathan, another game, another interception. You had a forced fumble over there. What was good for you, man? What were you seeing just to make those plays?
I don't know. I always get. Damn, my bad. For the strip, I kind of had my hand in the ball already, so it was easy for me. And I don't know. Our defense is always getting better, and that's the process of rebuilding a team.
Yeah, definitely. And for you as a senior, how's it just to get a win on senior night and celebrate with you guys?
It feels great. And we didn't just get a win, we got a shutout. 38-0. It was great. 40.
All right, Julius. Defense has been really ramping up. You guys, that's back-to-back weeks. You guys have really played physical, have really dominated on there. What's been working, especially for you at linebacker? You was really out there making plays.
Just first practice, we did good practice all week. Defense, we've been going crazy. So it's really that's it.
And for you, big sack over there, bunch of tackles for losses. What were you seeing on the offensive line that really let you get those plays?
My defensive line was just opening gaps, so I just ran through and I just made the plays. So it's really, I would just really congratulate them. So I was really happy for helping me out and everything.
All right, fellas, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
We are back. Next up, we got St. Mary Senior Carlos De La Rosa. He had a nice pick 6 in this game.
All right, Carlos, you had that pick 6, man. I don't know, like 70-something yards. What did you see on that?
And, as a lineman, you don't get picks, but that ball was coming my way, and I just was on go all the time.
All right, defense shut them out in the first half. Offense put up 28 points. What did you guys do so well on both sides?
It was just senior night, so everybody was just ready to go and on tee, and everybody just had that energy on them. So energy was up there.
Almost season's coming down to the end. Playoff is almost here. What are you excited for as you guys get ready to make that run?
Just a day and day closer with my brothers and just grinding out. That's what we live for.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So,
And we are back. Once again, I think this is the most post-game interviews we've had on this show for a while. Usually it's like 4, but this is the most we've had in a while.
How many more you got?
We got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 more. We got 4 more. Yeah, there's a lot. This is why I said Stevie would have been happy to be here. Stephon Patrick.
Oh, yeah, Def.
Had a nice punt return in this game.
all right, Steph, man. Kind of slow start for you guys. The second half, you picked it up. You got that big punt return right there. What was clicking in the second half?
I think we were all just frustrated with how the first half went. Coaches didn't like how this week went at practice. Neither did the leaders of the group, and it just translated to the beginning of the game. Coach was mad at us, told us we got to step it up, and that's exactly what we did.
How you guys just able to bounce back after a hard-fought game last week and, just let that game go, leave it in the past and come back here and secure a W as the season's coming to an end?
Yeah, we didn't want to focus on the loss last week. No one likes losing, but we don't want to keep thinking about it. We're glad we replaced it with the dub, but it was just about putting in the work and putting it in the past, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the season's coming to an end. Playoffs is right around the corner. What are some things you guys are hoping to just work on as you guys get ready for that run to a Super Bowl?
Chemistry. We need a lot of chemistry. We need to start working together. We need the sideline to start being louder. We just need to mesh together, and once we do that, I really don't think there's anyone in the state that can stop us.
All right, man. Congratulations on the
Thank
win.
you.
And we are back. Next up, Jonell Aguero. He got presented with his All-American jersey on Saturday. Parents were there and all that. Pretty cool thing for him.
I seen it, but I don't like how these stadiums are built. I always had an issue with Minute Field because I'm a fan of the bowl. I love the bowl. Granted, you could have made the bowl smaller because the bowl was humongous.
Yeah.
But they could have made it smaller. It just doesn't feel real family oriented anymore. It's so open and it's even when it's packed, it don't feel packed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
even when I watch the game, I'm like, it don't even feel like there's no real energy. I don't like these fields, man. You gotta get back to the bowl. Make them tighter.
Yeah. So the crowd could be on.
Yeah, man.
But check this post game interview out, and then come back with. We got 2 more after this.
All right, Jonell, you guys kind of slow start in the first half. What changed in the second half?
Really just, we knew we was a better team all around. Feel like we just had to come to the realization that, we should have been playing way better than this. It should have been 35-0 the first half. So we just had to step it up and we still were playing bad, I feel like, in the second half, but that just comes with the practice,
Do you feel like it kind of helped your character, the team's character, because these are those type of games after you played a tough game last week that you would lose, but you kind of feel like it built the team character that you guys were able to just come out with the win and just move on to the next game?
I mean, yeah, it definitely helped us build a little more character, but also just, a lot of us were just banged up from last game. Some of us still disappointed from last game. We played our hearts out that game. We just kind of just came into this week kind of just, not giving it our all. So next week we got to really go attacking.
Yeah, and the season's coming to an end. Playoffs is right around the corner. What are some things that you want to see the team work on to improve as you guys start to prepare for that playoff run?
Probably just holding each other more accountable, just, practicing harder, and really just, going out there having more fun, being excited to be out on the field. Sometimes we just need to bring that energy faster, right when that clock is counting down.
Definitely. And lastly, you got your All-American jersey today. The family was here. Everybody was here. Just for you, everything you've been through just to get to this point and get the jersey. How happy are you to receive that honor to be an All-American?
Yeah. You said what?
How happy are you just to be recognized as an All-American?
I mean, I'm definitely happy. You know, it's dreams turn to reality. Like I used to watch it every year, All-American game, and it finally happened after all this hard work and dedication just came true.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it.
All right, here's our last two ones. We got Jovan Machado from Kip Academy. He had a nice 71-yard touchdown run. Some good runs in this game, actually. You know his pops? Joe Machado?
Probably.
He does the spring football.
I got to see face. You grew up with so many people and know so many people. I got to see faces.
Yeah. But young man. He's one of them the young kids from Kip. When we be in the gym in the mornings, like 6 in the morning, that's one of them that be in there.
Okay, I think we probably all know each other. Nah, that's dope, though. I like, we just like seeing all the youth in the gym.
Definitely. Check this post-game interview out.
All right, Jovan, man, 42 points you guys put up in that first half. You guys got some defensive plays. You had a big run on offense. What was kind of cooking for the offense?
Man, everything went right. The line was blocking. We were getting down there, getting to our blocks. Everything was going great.
And I know you guys had some. At one point in the season, you guys had some injuries, had some guys back. How's it feel? Just you guys are getting everybody back at the right time.
It feels great. We're ready to make a great playoff push now that we got everyone back, all of our seniors, everyone's healthy. It was good.
All right, and what are some things that you think you guys can improve on for the last stretch? You got one more game before the playoffs start. What do you think you guys need to do just to get ready for that playoff stretch?
Some things we could do to improve is get more conditions. The hurry-up offense really killed us, but it's quick fixes, just some stuff we could get over really quickly.
And lastly, on that long touchdown run, what did you see on that play that just made you get that long run?
I saw open fields, and I knew I had to go.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we got Kip Academy quarterback Juan Settle Singh. He had 3 touchdown passes, and he had a rushing touchdown in this one. And I forget who they played this weekend, but playoffs start next weekend, so they're trying to position themselves for however they put them in the playoffs, because this playoff ranking system's weird to me. I don't understand it. I don't care to. Check this out.
You had 4 touchdowns, 3 in the air, 1 on the ground. What was cooking for the offense today?
The offense was really cooking because the line stepped up. They was blocking, they was in the right spots, picking up blitzes, and the receivers, they was running the routes efficient, not wasting no false steps, and just getting to their spots quick.
You guys, I know you missed some time because of injuries and stuff like that. How does it feel that, when you guys are getting healthy at the right time of the season?
Yeah, it feels good because I missed 2 games for injury, and those 2 games I wanted to come back, but I knew I couldn't rush it. And just watching the team grow, and from the sideline, it really brought me a different perspective of what I could do to help the team and what they already got. So that really helped.
All right, and defensively, you guys only allowed 1 touchdown. What's been working for the defense?
The defense is really just the scheme that the coaches put out, and the athletes that we got on our defense. They just know where to be at the right time, and it just works for us.
All right, man. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, and we are back. We got a couple more stuff to do,
But yeah, I just want to shout out Hoffman, man, just because, Mook's talking about the kids want to get the interview after all that, and that was kind of like our big thing in high school, was getting on the Hoffman show, so shout out to Hoffman, man.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Some people, I be telling people I'm not. This was done before me.
Yeah, man. and Hoffman will definitely run up on one of us.
Yeah.
He runs up on me a lot.
Man.
He like Sugar in the Hood.
Yeah. Give you that look tag, like, boom. All right, hey, John, thought we was tight.
That's my guy.
But I'll see him tomorrow. I'm thinking today's Thursday. I'll see him Friday for Classical's senior night. Oh, there, Guy's still going.
That's what's
He's
up.
still
man.
going. All right, time for some highlights. First up, we got English Somerville. Well, it's a one-sided highlight, but check this out. All right, next up, we got Lynn Classical and Revere. Check this out. All right, next up, St. John's Prep versus BC High highlights. Check these out. And we are back. Back. Last one. Kip Academy. Whittier Tech. Check this out. Then we're going to do top 10 plays in our game picks. Week 7, top 10 plays. Check these out. Then we're going to do our game picks. And then we're going to be out of here. I'm back. I put the hoodie on for the game picks. You know,
hoodie boot season.
Yeah. I put that on his t-shirt or hoodie.
I thought I had pockets this one. I'm over here like, yeah.
All right, let's go. Game picks. Thursday Night Football. Baltimore at Tampa Bay.
Oh, Baltimore. I don't know what Tampa Bay doing.
The Baltimore.
They
Denver, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
Same, Jacksonville. Carolina at Atlanta.
Atlanta. I got Atlanta.
I'll go with you with that. I'll got Atlanta just because they're home. Chicago at Dallas.
Chicago.
Bears pulling the upset. I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Miami at Detroit.
Miami.
I'm going to ride with Detroit one more time before I stop picking them, just because they home. Arizona at Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah,
I'm going to go Cardinals. I'm going to go Cardinals because they need it.
Yeah, they do.
Las Vegas at New Orleans.
Vegas.
Vegas
Raiders.
as well.
Yeah.
Pats, Jets. You know the deal here. We don't pick against the Pats. Pittsburgh at Philly.
Oh, Philly. I don't know why I even thought about that.
Yeah, Philly. Tennessee at Houston. Like, pick your choice. Which was worse?
Is Henry playing?
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Yeah, Titans. Houston.
Yeah.
Washington at Indy.
2 weeks in a row. The Commanders, you know. Nah, Washington. Team for Washington.
I'm picking. Yeah, I'm picking Washington. I had to think about it for a second. I just remember Indy benched their quarterback.
For the year, right?
Yeah.
How do you bench somebody for the season? Do you let him know yo, you ain't going the rest of the year?
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's time for you to retire?
Pretty much.
Oh, damn.
San Fran at Los Angeles. Rams.
49ers.
Yeah, I'm going with 49ers because they always beat the Rams. Giants, Seahawks.
Geno and the Seahawks.
I am with you. Packers, Bills.
Bills. Like, I didn't even think that
This is in Buffalo, so I'm going to go with the Bills.
Yeah.
And then Monday Night Football, we got Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Cincy.
Yeah, Cincinnati. I will go with the Bengals. And that's it for this week's show. LCTV After the Whistle, the Instagram page. Make sure you follow us on that. LynnTV.org, the website. Make sure you check us out on that. Mr. Burton23 on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. Mukala K on Instagram. Make sure you follow me. Happy birthday to my little brother. He turned 10. My dad sent me a photo. So
That's dope.
that's how I remember. Actually, yeah, my dad's birthday is like next week too.
That's
I
dope.
wish him a happy birthday next week.
Am I missing anything? Nah, I don't think I am.
All right, we are out of here. Once again, thank you to the man in the sky with the voice, Pedro, for making all this thing go. See y'all next week.